Hello everyone, in this episode we're going to be going through the Oolacile Township. So first we're going to run down here. There's going to be an enemy on our right. And an item we can grab right over here. You can see that there are a lot of enemies over there. I'm just going to go ahead and get the fire orb. A little too far away. Okay. Should be fairly easy to get rid of them. Then later we're going to be able to have access to this, but for right now we can't use it, so let's just keep going. Oh, and I didn't realize I was out of fire orb. Yeah, well, they're pretty easy with how much damage we do. Okay, continue on down this way. We'll have a special kind of one of these enemies, but we're not going to deal with it right now because we can get them pretty easily. Later on, they kind of spam a little bit. Alright, so now we see two paths ahead, one where we go down and one where we go to the right. So we're going to go to the right, walk around the entire building. Face the enemy at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, roll down over here. You'll get a soul item. Then there's a crystal lizard down there that we're going to avoid for right now. Come down these stairs, and there's a room you can enter with another one of those that we don't want to deal with. Try to get rid of it quickly so you don't have to learn how to deal with them right now. Because right now we don't have an item that we need in order to make fighting them easier. Right here you want to equip the lantern and activate it. Open the chest and you're going to get the silver pendant. You're going to want to put that on your equipment bar because it's super important for this area. Also, since we're not really running through water right now, I'm going to equip the bellowing dragon crest ring. And then continue on down the stairs here where we fought this enemy. There will be more of them. And you're about to see why this is so important. Well, if I don't mess it up. I forgot that it kind of takes a second to activate. You can see that the pendant blocks their ability. And then you want to open this chest. And you got another spell. Oh, yeah, I definitely meant to do that. I'll see you when we get back to where we were. Alright, so I lost my souls because I accidentally died to them again. But come around the corner up here and you'll find this one. Look at the I'm sorry carving. That corner is right above where we fought those two. Back up the stairs. Then continue up the stairs here. Drop down here. And then jump across to this roof. The crystal lizard will be here. You can put in reload to get him to respawn. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And there we got the crystal lizard. And then you can just jump across to the stairs. If you run up the stairs, you can see how we got here. There's also a chest, which is a mimic. Gives you a very good carving. And there's an enemy on the pathway you can take to get here normally. Once you get here, we can just continue further down the stairs. There will be an enemy waiting to ambush you. And an enemy with the annoying orbs across the way. Now, in order to get across here, you're going to have to learn how to use the silver pendant. I'm sure it's possible to do without it, but it's way easier. Next, we'll enter this room and go left. And this area has a lot of different ambushes, such as in this room, I believe. There will be, yeah, an enemy waiting. Grab this item. Then there's the second part of the ambush. And we can just drop down right here. Heal, because they haven't seen us. Those two. And then you'll see a room full of them. Take out those two enemies. This part is a little time consuming. I wouldn't say it's super hard, but you know, you don't want them to group up on you. And you also don't want to get hit by that one, so it can take a minute. Grab this item. We're gonna grab all the items in here. Probably shouldn't be looting that, so after I get rid of the one shooting orbs at us. So head upstairs. Follow the stairs up further. This enemy and continue on. Here, there's two different paths we can take. First, we're gonna follow the pathway. And then light up your lantern near this corner. And there's a chest we can loot over here. And if you drop down here, it'll bring you back to where we started. We're gonna head back the way we came. Walk over here, and we're going to do this jump. With this enemy and this mimic. Where you look at the crest key. And if you come down here, you'll drop back to the beginning. But if you want to get all the loot, you can drop down the ladder here. Climb back up the ladder. Drop down on the roof. Follow it along to the other end and pick up the twin humanities. Drop down onto this roof. Carefully drop down onto the platform, and now you can go back inside and loot everything. Or if the enemies didn't drop anything, you can just leave. Come out of the door and follow along this path. If we turn and go to the right, we will activate the first elevator. You definitely want to do this because it'll cut down the travel time by a lot. Just step back on the square and we can follow it down. Now we're at yet another ambush. There's going to be one on the right and left. Yeah, I kind of figured I was going to die. Now, rather than having to do the entire area, all I have to fight is the first couple enemies. step on this block and wait for the elevator to come up, and we're already right back where we just died at. Once you get through all of the enemies in that ambush, we're going to have to fight a pretty big enemy right up ahead. It's fairly weak to pyromancy, so it should be super easy to take out. Continue on to where the enemy was starting at. Step on the platform here and an elevator will come up with an enemy on it. Ride the same elevator back down. And now we have reached the first bonfire of the next area. Actually, we can level up with a soul item. I'm going to go ahead and reverse hollowing. Then we're going to level up our dexterity. So now from the bonfire, you're going to take a left following this path. And we've entered the Chasm of the Abyss. We're going to get this crystal lizard. Hopefully. Yeah, we got it. Get back to the bonfire. And with the crystal lizard now being gone, that is going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we will continue down through the Chasm of the Abyss. For now, that's going to be all for this episode. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.